Good afternoon. Monday today.
How are you?
It is, yep. Sunday, the 4th of March, I believe, which is day 15 of my vlog challenge. Wow. My name is Sylvia Smith. If you're joining me here for the first time, I'm Sylvia Smith of Incline Training Consultants Limited. I also have a couple of fan pages. One is The Learning Curve, and the other is Money Matters with Sylvia Smith. I also have a Facebook page with Incline Training Consultants on it, so you can get hold of me on any of those pages. What do I want to say this morning? Today is the 15th day of my vlog challenge. I'm doing a 30-day vlog challenge primarily to get me into a kind of a consistency mode whereby I hop on here on a regular basis to chat with you about one thing or another. I'm sort of setting up business online, and I'm partnering with the Elite Marketing Pro platform, and I'll leave the details below this video so you can check them out. But they're a kind of an education platform that supports business people who want to set up business online. So that's who I've partnered with, and so far I'm learning loads, absolutely loads, to a point possibly where it may feel a little overwhelming. But what I've learned is that the best way to approach this whole online marketing thing is to focus on specific bits one at a time, and don't try to absorb everything immediately. There's no massive rush as far as that's concerned, or as far as I'm concerned, because trying to absorb everything at once will only get you into a mess. So part of what I'm doing is becoming more consistent on camera, and it's been an absolute hoot. Last night I did my 14th vlog and got myself a bit confused. I thought I was on day 13, and then when I really checked, it was actually day 14. But I think I was quite tired at that point. But I was determined I was going to actually get myself on camera. As I said, I was going to be doing this on a consistent basis. So, these things happen. You can get yourself into a bit of a mess, but it all wasn't lost. It wasn't that big a deal, really. And I managed to sort of put a couple of signs on the actual footage to indicate that it was actually day 14. So I'm thinking to myself, perhaps this is about the time I should say a little bit about myself, because part of this whole business of coming online is for people to get to know you, or for your audience to get to know you a bit better. So perhaps I should say just a little bit about myself. I don't really want to spend all the time talking about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing and so on. But as I've said, I think in previous vlogs, and if you do want to look at the previous vlogs, what's obviously nice about doing this is there is an archive now, quite a healthy archive of vlogs. Some, they're all varied in length, but none of them are any longer than 10 minutes. So, it won't take up so much of your time. But I have, for over 30 years, been involved, or been a professional social worker. I've been involved in education. I am still involved in education, social work education. I'm also involved in a level of practice in social work, and I also have studied quite a lot in terms of social work, to sort of have a greater understanding of what I'm doing. Tough job, tough work, and there are times when I've absolutely hated it, primarily because of the challenges that one faces. But having been involved in that work for over 30 years, I have absolutely no intention of giving it up. That's really the place I've got to. have many times felt like giving it up because of the toll it takes on you emotionally. But what I found pockets of support which enable me to continue in the work, even though it's quite tough. So that's what I do professionally. And if you go onto the Learning Curve, my Facebook page, The Learning Curve, that's where I talk a bit more about social work issues, because there are still issues that come up that I feel passionate about, that I want to express and talk about. And social media is an absolutely great place to do that. Not divulging confidences, of course, because our work is really bound by confidentiality. But certainly, in terms of some of the issues that I come across, social media and my Facebook page are great places for me to express some of that. So that's fine. And of course, one gets a much wider audience when you do that. So that's one part of what I do. Another part of what I do is I'm really kind of involved in voluntary work with the Caribbean community. Really committed to ensuring that I give back in that way. And for many years, I've been involved on a voluntary basis with Caribbean organizations, primarily an organization called the Dominica Overseas Nationals Association, which in actual fact celebrates its 40th year this year. And I have been involved with that organization for most of that. Must be coming up to 40 years, my involvement in the organization. I joined it as a youngster and became involved with it as a youngster. And I've remained consistently involved in that organization for many years. And I enjoy it. My parents come from the Caribbean. They come from Dominica, an island in the Caribbean between Martinique and Guadeloupe. And I visited that island for the first time when I was 16, and it had a significant impact on me. And ever since then, I've just kept myself involved in sort of charitable work and charitable activities. Sadly, recently there was a horrendous hurricane that took place in Dominica last year, September, and it devastated a lot of the island. So a lot of the stuff I'm doing now with colleagues and family and friends is around raising funds for work, to support people back in Dominica and communities back in Dominica. So really involved in that at the moment. And from time to time I will post things about what we're actually doing in terms of activities. So that's another part of my life that I thoroughly enjoy. And hard work, but totally fulfilling, because you do feel as though you're giving something back, and that's fantastic. So I will keep you also in touch with what we're doing as far as that's concerned, because that's great work. Another area of work which I absolutely enjoy is radio presenting, and I've been involved with a radio station called Hayes FM, which is our local radio station up here in West London, which is where I live. And I've been involved with them for almost 10 years. I present a couple of shows. I had been presenting three shows, but I've had to be a bit more focused with my time. So I present a show on Friday called PM with Sylvia Smith, where I play music, also interspersed with local news and national news and any other items of interest that I think the local community and obviously the wider community would benefit from. And then on Sundays I present the Black Connection show. I co-present Black Connection show with my colleague Simon Akiwumi, colleague and friend. And Simon and I have been working together for many years, and we have quite a nice synergy in terms of our partnership. And that particular show is aimed at the black community primarily, but not exclusively, of course. And in that show we we talk about issues concerning the black community. We also play music, which is primarily of black origin. And we have a lot of banter and exchange, and it's very entertaining on a Sunday afternoon. So in actual fact, what I'm doing right now is I'm actually going off to do some errands because I neglected them. I had a meeting with my Caribbean Association yesterday, and I had to have my car serviced yesterday, so I didn't have a lot of time to do my errands. So I'm off to do my errands now, and then at 4 o'clock live, Simon and I will be presenting Black Connections, and that's at Hayes FM, www.hazefm.org.uk. So if you have time and you're wanting to play something in the background, if you like your radio, please check us out. It would be lovely to meet you there. So that's my vlog. I've gone over 10 minutes. Wow. But I do hope you will continue to follow me. If you do want to follow me, please press the red notification button below if you're watching this on YouTube. And I'm actually going to post this on Facebook, but I'll put the YouTube link under the post so you can check me out there. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And if I don't see you again until tomorrow, have a beautiful week. Okay? Take good care. And I'm out of here. Peace.